Alright guys, so I've got a brief RC update for you. The first thing is that I've now officially named this project Raptor. So from now on, you'll hear me refer to this version of the car as Raptor I. For the past couple of weeks, I've been working on bringing the whole chassis together, in particular the front subframe. This involved quite a lot of research and experimentation with the steering system, and just making sure that the geometry is all working properly. So let's jump into CAD and I'll show you what I've done. So I actually decided to redesign the entire car in a clean Fusion 360 project. As you can see, things are coming together quite nicely. I've pretty much got the entire chassis done. The front subframe is almost a duplicate of the rear subframe, aside from the obvious pivoting ability on the knuckle for steering. I also had to make some space near the shock tower to allow room for a steering mechanism. After a lot of research and experimentation, I decided to implement a bell crank system. These are really popular because they're quite straightforward and they give you a lot of freedom in regards to servo positioning. I found that it's really important that the rods are parallel to the suspension arms and of equal length. This prevents the knuckles from pivoting as a result of suspension travel. You can see here that the wheel position is constant even with the movement of the suspension arm. Here's a quick demo of the mechanism in action. The steering angle is limited to 30 degrees of freedom due to the nature of this design, with the motors being mounted in the wheels. But overall, I'm really happy with it so far, and I'm looking forward to testing it out in the real world. If you remember from my last video, I showed you the 3D printed rod ends. These will be used in this bell crank design, and I also got my hands on some threaded rods which will allow me to fine tune the toe of the wheels when the car is built. There's still a few things I need to work on, mainly mounting all the electronics, but I've purposely held this off for now until I know the weight of the front and rear subframes. When I know those weights, I can calculate the centre of mass and use that to determine the optimal positions for the battery and other components. I'll also consider weight reduction where possible, but it's most likely going to be a trade-off with stability. Over the next week or two, I'm looking to get this whole thing assembled and start doing some real testing. So I know that a lot of you are interested in my design, and that most of you would probably prefer to see a configuration that consists of a single motor gearbox combo. For those of you that are interested in that setup, I can confirm that future versions of Raptor will support that type of configuration. This version 1 of the car was literally just my idea of a fun project, and I only really started it to gain some CAD experience and a bit more 3D printing experience as well. And I had no idea how much support and interest I would generate around the sort of RC element of the project. And with that in mind, what I've been able to gather from comments and subreddits and all that kind of stuff is that there's a huge demand for 3D printed RC cars, and I think it'd be silly of me not to open this up even more by offering a single motor configuration. So hopefully a lot of you can look forward to that and stay with this project for the next couple of months to a year, see where we end up. But I think it's going to end up being really awesome. I'm also looking to make the car as 3D printable as possible, and this includes the shocks and the springs. I've been playing around with that a little bit the last few days, and it looks like I'm going to be able to do it. I can't confirm it yet, but more on that next week. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.